por los cambios de oponente o es algo que anticipas y es parte de ser arte marcial?
Es parte de este juego, ¿sabes? Cuando tú quieres ser el mejor del mundo, no importan los nombres. Al que te pongan por delante, pues los vas aceptando. Lo importante es que a los rivales que te vayan a poner te ayuden a escalar para que puedas obtener esa pelea por el título lo antes posible. Y esta pelea obviamente me ayuda.
Any difficulties of the fact that the change of opponents? Actually, this is part of the game. If you want to be a champion, you have to be ready for all those changes, and whoever is put in front of you, all you have to do, what matters is the people that they put in front of you need to help you move up in the rankings. So you have to be ready and just continue to camp as it is.
Gracias, bien, y buena suerte el sábado.
Gracias.
Ilia, right over here. Obviously, as one of the top prospects in the sport, there's a lot of attention. But being on the younger side, you are still growing as a martial artist. What part of your game are you most proud of that you've been able to improve since you've been in the UFC?
So, without any doubt, my striking. My background is, like I said before, it's wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And the people think that I'm a striker because I improved a lot. But in reality, my background is wrestling and BJJ, so I'm very proud that I have improved so much in my striking game that the people is confused right now, that they don't know if I'm a striker or I'm a wrestler or BJJ guy. So proud of that.
Bryce is very unique in that he's one of the few fighters who gets custom shorts. If you were to get custom shorts, what would they look like?
I don't need custom shorts.
Thank you.
Ilia, in the back here for you. Just kind of wondering, you said grappling is your base. We know that's Bryce's base. Would there be more for you out of knocking him out or submitting him?
For me, the most important is to get the finish, to finish him at the first round, because I don't want to get inside that cage and do a boring fight. I know that I'm gonna get that win, but I want to make him look easy. This is my goal. My goal is to shine inside that cage, go in and get a normal win. I want to shine, and I know that I'm gonna shine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, guys.
Наконец-то ты сражаешься за титул, ты здесь. Какие у тебя ощущения?
Вот и пришел мой день, которого мы так долго ждали. Мы эту субботу покажем очень хороший зрелищный бой и заберем то, что принадлежит нам.
The day has finally arrived, the day we waited for so long. We will show what we're worth this Saturday. We will come and take what's rightfully ours.
It was already a big fight before the title was on the line, but did things change either emotionally for you, strategically for you, anything at all once the belt was on the line?
Даже до того, как этот бой стал титульным, уже этот бой с Блachowicz был достаточно важным в твоей карьере. Но теперь, когда добавили еще и титул, что-то изменилось для тебя или нет?
Конечно, изменилось. Мотивации стало больше. Я стал вообще заряженным. Поэтому только хорошие эмоции и такую возможность я очень рад.
Of course, the stakes are much higher now, and I'm more motivated. I have a goal that I'm going to. I've trained really hard for this. I'm excited, and I'm waiting for this fight.
As you said, kind of a long time coming. Did you ever think that they weren't going to give you a title fight, or did you ever wonder, like, what do I have to do to get a title fight?
Как ты уже сказал, ты давно заслуживаешь боя за пояс. У тебя были когда-нибудь мысли, что если мне вообще не дадут титульный бой, как я дальше буду двигаться?
Нет, я мелкими шагами шел к этому, не выбирал себе соперников, бился с каждым, кого мне дали UFC. Но у них, я думаю, не оставалось бы других выходов, чтобы не дать мне бой за пояс.
No, I never had those thoughts. I basically did step by step. I always fought whoever they put in front of me. I didn't pick my opponents. And I pretty much knew that at some point they will not have a choice but to give me a title fight.
What do you make of Jan as an opponent? I mean, you fought a lot of top-level contenders. Is he more dangerous than them, the same? What do you make of him as a fighter?
Какие у тебя ощущения от Яна как от оппонента? Что ты думаешь про него как о сопернике? Что ты думаешь о нем как бойца?
Ян хороший боец, ничего плохого не могу сказать, но это бой, мое время, поэтому я сделаю все, чтобы добить победу, собрать пояс, чтобы моя мечта сбылась.
I can't say anything bad about Blachowicz as an opponent. He's a great fighter. He's a great guy. But the thing is, this fight is my dream. This is my opportunity. I will do whatever I have to do to make sure and come out of that octagon with a title.
You walk away with a win on Saturday. You take the belt. Do you feel the champion, the rightful champion, the full champion, or do you feel like you have to beat Yuri before you can really call yourself the UFC champion?
Давай представим, что в субботу ты выигрываешь, ты забираешь титул и выходишь из этого октагона как чемпион. Ты себя считаешь полноценным чемпионом или все-таки, поскольку сейчас вакантный титул, ты считаешь, что нужно будет еще побить Иржи для того, чтобы стать полноценным чемпионом?
Ну, я здесь, я не собираюсь, если я выиграю пояс, уходить. Я буду ждать каждого, кто захочет забрать пояс и биться со мной. Я думаю, я буду здесь надолго.
Well, I'm here. I'm not trying to go anywhere. So once I get this title, I'm not trying to escape. I'm going to stand here and wait for anybody who's ready to fight. Anybody who wants to take that title off of my belt, I will make sure to fight as many times as I can.
Last thing for me, obviously a huge moment for you, title fight. I mean, what kind of fight do you think we see on Saturday? Can you get something done early? Are you expecting a 5-round battle? What do we see?
Ну и последнее, это, конечно, титульный бой. Мы знаем, что ты ожидаешь от этого боя. Это будет фееричный бой, будет очень сложный бой, будет быстрый бой. Как ты думаешь, пройдет сам бой?
Я настроен на тяжелый бой. Я думаю, он будет очень зрелищным, так как мы оба хотим пояса, и каждый будет выкладываться на все 100%, поэтому это будет очень тяжелый, хороший бой.
I'm ready for a hard fight. I'm ready for all 5 rounds. I know we both want the same thing. The goal is the same for both of us, so we'll do whatever we can. Each one of us will leave everything in that octagon. So I'm expecting a hard fight, but I think it's going to be really exciting.
Magomed in the front right here. We heard how Jan found out he got the title. He was actually in the air flying here, and when he landed, his phone started blowing up. He didn't know until everyone else knew. So I'm curious, how did you find out that you got this next title shot?
Нам всем рассказали, как об этом бое узнал Блachowicz, что он в самолете летел сюда и даже не знал, что он будет биться за титул. Когда приземлился, он включил телефон, и у него было очень много месседжей, на которых было написано, что вот теперь этот бой стал титульным. То есть мы знаем эту историю. А как ты узнал о том, что этот бой подняли до титула?
Мне тоже не было ничего известно. Мне ночью после тренировок позвонил мой менеджер и предложил бой за пояс с Тейшейрой. Потом перезвонили и сказали, что Тейшейра не будет, будет с Яном 5-раундовый бой. Ничего не поменялось, просто наоборот больше эмоций, больше мотивации. Ничего, все обычно.
Yeah, for me as well, I was just training one night and I got a phone call from my manager after one of the training sessions, and he said that I'm offered a title fight with Glover Teixeira. And then he called again a little bit after and he said that actually Teixeira is not going to fight, so it's going to be a fight against Jan for the title. So nothing really changed for me except I'm more motivated. I have a goal that I'm going towards, and I'm really excited about this. It's going to be a great fight.
And Jan had said that he actually preferred getting the title shot this way. Not that you're getting hurt, but he didn't have to do all the media before. He was already in camp. He had already gone through camp to prepare for you. He didn't have to do all the interviews and everything about the title fight. I'm curious if you feel the same way.
Ян сказал, что ему даже больше понравилось получить известие о поясе таким образом, потому что не было никаких интервью, которые нужно было там 2-3-4 недели до пояса давать интервью о том, что это титульный бой. Просто ему сказали, что теперь твой бой титульный. И он уже был в подготовительном лагере, он уже знал, что он идет к тебе, просто сейчас добавили этот титул. Как тебе? Тебе тоже так нравится, что тебе как бы внезапно сказали, что это титульный бой, или ты хотел бы знать об этом заранее?
Ну, конечно, когда мы знаем хорошо, мы подготовку проходили бы по-другому, но я думаю, мы со своим тренером Сухрабом мы всегда выкладываемся на все 100%. Хоть у нас трехраундовый бой, мы всегда готовимся как бы к 5, поэтому я думаю, нет проблем с этим.
Yeah, to be honest, it's better to know, of course, that it's a title fight ahead of you because you prepare a certain way. There's a certain different motivation coming into the fight. But we were preparing with my coach already, and we thought it was a 3-round fight. Now, of course, it's a 5-round fight. So I think we did the work that we needed to do to make sure that we take the title.
And then finally, we always hear about Jan's legendary Polish power, in his words. Does he present any other problems that you need to be prepared for, or is it just you're prepared for everything?
И, конечно же, все всегда говорят про легендарную польскую силу, которая в ударке у Блachowicza. А кроме его ударки, что-то еще опасаешься в этом бою или нет?
Ну, в этом бою я не собираюсь опасаться от его ударов. Я хочу доминировать, я хочу выиграть этот бой любой ценой. Поэтому меня ничего не беспокоит. Я мотивирован. Я думаю, это мое время, поэтому я сделаю все возможное, чтобы добить свою победу.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the legendary Polish power or anything else in that way. I want to dominate the fight from the beginning to end. I want to make sure that I'm the one who is the aggressor. I already am prepared. I will do whatever I have to do to leave myself in that octagon to walk out with the title.
Magomed to your right. It's so hard to go undefeated in the UFC, and I wonder if you can comment, first of all, why you think it is for high-level fighters in MMA that it's so difficult to be undefeated. John Jones would have been if not for a referee's mistake. You came within 1 second in that Paul Craig fight. What makes it so difficult in this sport, unlike boxing where guys are undefeated?
Как ты думаешь, почему в UFC и вообще в этом спорте так сложно пройти целую серию боев без проигрыша, то есть быть непобедимым? Вот, например, Джон Джонс был бы непобедимым, если бы не ошибка рефери, и у тебя была там буквально минутка в бою против Пола Крэга. Почему ты считаешь, что на этом уровне быть непобедимым практически невозможно?
Ну, я думаю, можно на этом пути быть непобедимым, но я допустил ошибку. В этом деле ошибки не простят, поэтому случается такое. Но поражение должно делать человека сильнее, поэтому это урок. Я думаю, без этого, с поражением, я думаю, в общем, тренировочный лагерь, все меняется на лучшую сторону. Поэтому это нормально.
You know, I think it's possible to go undefeated in this sport. It's just that I specifically made a mistake in that fight. I made a mistake in this sport at this level. Mistakes are unforgiven, so I paid for it. But to tell you the truth, it's good to make these mistakes. These mistakes make a man, make a fighter better. You learn on these mistakes. You take it as a learning experience, and the only thing it should do is make you even better at the end.
When you look at somebody like Khabib that did what he did, I mean, does that make it amazing when you look at all the great fighters in the history of the sport? And Khabib is one of the few that I can think of that ever went through that long a career undefeated. Does it impress you even more when you think back on that?
Когда ты смотришь на карьеру, которую провел Хабиб, он прошел без проигрышев, тебе кажется, что это нереально или это очень ты высоко его очень ставишь для себя, потому что из всех тех, кто прошел карьеру, очень мало человек никогда не проигрывали. Вот Хабиб прошел такую карьеру. Как ты по этому поводу думаешь, это тебя мотивирует больше?
Ну, я думаю, Хабиб очень... он тренируется, думаю, вообще по-другому. У него не бывает отдыхов. Я смотрю его интервью, он всегда говорит, нужно тренироваться. У него нет перерывов. Он сделал себе карьеру, стал чемпионом, защитил ее и ни разу не проигрывал. Но это другой уровень.
I think Khabib is all the way on the other level. Khabib trains and used to train without a break, without a stop. I watch his interviews and he always says you got to train, and then train some more. Basically, he's on a whole different level compared to a lot of other fighters. And I think where Khabib is, it kind of separates him from everybody else.
Did you? I know you said you made a mistake against Paul Craig, but do you ever look back on it sometimes and go, one more second, and I would have that 0 instead of the 1, and does it mean anything to you? Would it have meant anything to you to be a 0 instead of a 1?
Ты говорил, что ты допустил ошибку в этом бою против Пола Крэга, но ты когда-нибудь задумаешься о том, что вот еще секундочку, там буквально пару секунд, и вместо вот этой единички у меня бы был 0 на рекорде. Тебя это каким-то образом мешает тебе, или ты просто продвинулся вперед дальше и не думаешь об этом?
Нет, я об этом вообще не думаю, так как я уже допустил ошибку, уже ничего изменить невозможно. Но если повторный бой был бы такой, я думаю, такое я никогда не допустил бы такое. Но это поражение сделало меня сильнее. Я даже благодарен этому поражению, которое было у меня. Так что двигаемся вперед.
I don't really think back about it. I mean, it's something that I did. I made a mistake. I paid for it, but now I have to move forward. If I'm honest about it, I think it made me stronger. It made me a better fighter. It made me learn. And now moving forward, of course, I probably wouldn't make the same mistake, but I think it's for the best because look at where I'm at now.
And I guess my last question was kind of about your evolution. I mean, if you said the Magomed of today would fight the Magomed of 2018, how do you think that would go and why?
И просто проговорить то, как ты изменился. Вот, например, если бы мага того времени сражался бы с магой этого времени, насколько бы боец сегодня был бы лучше, чем в то время?
В то время, пока не проиграл, я думал, я достаточно тренируюсь, могу пропустить тренировку, не доделать что-то. Но после поражения я начал добить и делать все лучше и больше.
That time, Maga would think that before he ever lost, like, okay, maybe I miss a practice or maybe I'll miss a sparring session or whatever, I'll keep moving forward. But after that loss, Maga has changed and he became the guy who always pushes forward, always goes to all practices, makes sure that he crosses all his T's and dots all his I's, and that's why I'm here.
Magomed over here. Magomed, I was wondering, what were your thoughts on Glover Teixeira choosing not to fight you on short notice?
Скажи, пожалуйста, какие твои мысли о том, что Тейшера не согласился с тобой сражаться в такое короткое время?
Это решение Тейшеры, я ничего не могу сказать. Мое уважение. Я всегда, с кем бы ни бился Тейшера, я всегда болею за него. Поэтому я насчет Тейшеры ничего плохого не могу сказать.
I have nothing but respect for Glover. I think he's a great fighter. I mean, that's the decision that he made. Whenever Teixeira fights, I'm always rooting for him, no matter who he's fighting against. So I have nothing but respect for him.
On that note, is he someone you do expect could possibly be next for you if you win on Saturday?
Но если мы об этом поговорим, то как ты думаешь, если может ли он быть следующим твоим оппонентом? Будет у тебя выигрыш в субботу, кажется ли тебе, что тебе придется потом биться с Тeixeirой?
Ну, все возможно. Все возможно. Я не выбираю себе соперников. Ни разу не было такого, чтобы я отказывался от боев. Поэтому если случится такое, что мне придется с ним биться, то без вопросов.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, I've never picked my opponents, so whatever comes ahead, that's what I'm going to face. If it happens that Teixeira is in my future and I have to fight him, then let it be.
Looking at Blachowicz's last two fights, were there things you feel that you can replicate that Glover and Rakic did well against Jan, or do you feel like you're just a completely different fighter who will fight Blachowicz differently?
Если посмотреть на последние два боя Блachowicza, то как ты думаешь, сможешь ли ты повторить то, что сделал Ири, и то, что сделал Teixeira, когда Blachowicz проиграл? Или ты совсем другой боец, совсем другая стратегия у тебя? Как ты думаешь? Не понял? Сейчас скажу. Ну, смотри, последние два боя Блachowicza он проиграл. Сможешь ли ты сделать то же самое, что сделали его оппоненты для того, чтобы забрать выигрыш? Или ты совсем по-другому подходишь к этому бою и готовишься по-другому, потому что ты другой боец?
Ну, я думаю, я не стандартный боец. У меня вообще другая техника.
I'm not a typical fighter. I have a whole different approach to a fight, so that's what I'm looking to do.
Thank you.
There we go.
Santiago, it's been kind of a wild week for you, right? The late change in opponent, I guess, kind of lay out how things unfolded for you this week.
Yeah. This typical week, crazy. I have 10 years in the company. First time they're happy with me. But that's the fight business, right? These things happen, and it's okay, man. I'm happy to have somebody, to can punch in the face and take my money and back to home,
How soon did you know that Robbie was out and they were going to have to find somebody else?
They called me Sunday night. Sunday late night, I'm surprised. I surprised that he injured on Sunday night. I don't understand the communication, for probably the last days close to the fight, training very hard, and I take a call from my manager, Plessis, Sunday night. He told me that Sean Shelby called him in the right moment that he called me and said that Robbie feel pain and I need to be an MRI and he out of the fight. I don't know what kind of injury are. I don't know. I'm surprised they're very, very close to the fight, but sometimes happen and, fuck it. I told you, I'm happy. They put other body there, let's go.
I was going to say, what was your attitude? Just get me anybody? Like, I don't care who it is? Or did it matter who the opponent is?
No. I don't care. I'm training, For sure, the style are different. But in the end of the day, I'm a fighter. I know that shit, I know to fight, man. And, brother, I waiting long time, to fight in December. I fight, my last fight is in May. And I want to fight in September. In my head, in my perfect world, my idea I fight in September and also fight in December, make 2 fights more this year. And I'm waiting for December, but they give me a good fight. I think I'm waiting. And now they changed the opponent in the last minute. I'm not going to take more time, They say, put somebody. And this is the option they give me, right? That's the option they give me. They say, well, we have this kid in 180 pounds. I'm the weight. They say, okay, let's go. Let's do that.
Do you bother to watch tape or break them down? I mean, it's so close. Can you develop a game plan, or do you just say, I've been doing this,
No, fuck it, man. I go to sleep. I'm happy that I don't need to cut the weight, and let's see what happens on Saturday, man. I'm a fight dog, I know that shit.
I know the last two have been kind of heartbreaking, right, with split decisions. I mean, has that forced you to change anything? Have you had to address your fighting style and maybe change anything?
I always try to improve, I always try to improve, I'm working hard in the gym and I try to improve. I have a lot of good partners, a lot of good coach in America top team. I'm still there, For sure, I'm pissed off. Both fights, I think they won. They're close. A lot of people think they won. But let's go see what happens this Saturday night. I'm ready to do my best.
Is there any danger of a lack of, I don't say focus, I mean, everybody's dangerous, right? But Robbie Lawler's the legend, been around forever. Alex is a heck of a fighter, but not a legend like Robbie. Is it difficult to have the same motivation or focus with that change?
No, man, the motivation is still there, motivation for me are, change the opponent, but the goal are the same, the goal are to finish the guy stay in front of me, I don't care who are, it is no personal business, right? I need to smash whatever is in front of me, take my money back to home, continue working, and continue doing what I do, and this is the same shit, That's a good kid, man. He won 8 on the last 10 fights and have 4 victories in a row. And I think this is good for him. I think that's good for me, For when I beat this guy, I can prove to the world that one of the best welterweights.
Last thing for me, I mean, Alex, he's been some pretty entertaining fights. Are you seeing this as it's going to be a pretty entertaining scrap back and forth, or do you feel like you can dominate? How do we see this go?
No. I think that's going to be a fun fight, and that's going to be fun for the fans. I think they're always my fight, they try to do, this is my style, realistic. My style is exciting, and I know this Saturday going to be a exciting match.
Santiago in front. You had recently sent a message to Canelo telling him to leave Lionel Messi alone.
Of course, man.
Canelo also, he ended up apologizing. I think he was
right.
So what did you make of Canelo's apology?
No, that's good, man. If he feeling that's apologies, I think that's good. Everybody can do mistakes. If he make a mistake, it's good he recognize, right? But for sure, man, if touch with Messi, touch with all Argentina, We love this kid, Especially when you saw the guy is no respectful when you looking for Messi and you evaluate his career, 10 years more, and I think he's the most respectful guy that I know, and that's. I pissed off with that. A lot of people start a war, Mexican, Argentina, but they say, no, stop with that shit. I love Mexican, I have a lot of friends from Mexico, Brandon, a lot of people, fighters, a lot of people outside the fight, I work in the TV with a lot of Mexican guys. I work for Mexico, I love Mexico. Nothing personal with Mexico. Just only think they can do a stupid thing, and he recognized. And I think that's great, he recognized, and that's it, they're finished,
So do you think he overreacted? He was just upset that Mexico lost in the moment?
Maybe, I don't know, man. Soccer makes you pissed off. I understand that. I love soccer. I love soccer. I'm pissed off too, And also, I'm excited for my fight, but I'm so excited for Argentina Friday too, I'm going to do my weight early to go to watch the soccer game.
I was going to ask, how is Argentina right now?
Oh, that's
the
good.
World Cup and you fighting.
Ah, man, that's amazing, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for everything we live in Argentina, People are super excited with the World Cup, but then also they give me a lot of good energy for the fight, and man, that's good things.
Santi, first time we speak in English between us. You're speeding up the weigh-ins on Friday. Have you seen any spot to see the match against Netherlands? The match is at 11. The weigh-ins is 2 hours earlier.
No, the weigh-ins is 9 to 11.
9 to 11, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try to do the first guy doing the weigh-ins and go to watching the soccer game. Start 11 Argentina.
Santi, tell me how important is the extra 3 pounds you pack to this fight?
I already in the weight, I'm just okay. I do my good weight good, I never had problem with the weight, and for sure always we need to sacrifice, but it's part of the game. It's no easy, but I never had problem, and I doing everything right. But when they give me this option, they not give me the other option, right? They told me this guy in this weight. I say, okay, let's do it. I'm okay. I'm eating good. The first time, I'm in the 5 week and eating good, But that's good. I think they're gonna be better for me.
Hey, Santiago. I just wanted to ask you, you mentioned loving soccer, and just recently Dana came out and said that soccer was the least talented sport on earth. I'm just curious if you could respond to that.
Do what?
Dana said that soccer players are the least talented sport on earth.
Less talented? No, I don't think so. I don't think they are the less talented. There's no easy. You imagine this sport, all kids around the world try to be soccer player. Well, in a lot of countries they try, and they start competing very young, guys. They start to have 6, 7, 8 years. If you start with have 15, 18 years old, you probably not gonna stay in the really, really high level. I think it's competitive. Maybe it's other different kind of competitive. If you looking for us, how working we are for prepare for the fight. Maybe it's different, but I think that there's no easy.
Thank you.
Santiago, here in the back. All the way to the back.
Hey, brother.
I wanted to ask you, with the short notice change, is it more pressure, less pressure? Is it freeing that you're kind of just going to be able to go in there and fight without overthinking a game plan? How does the short notice change affect that mentality?
Are the same shit. Same. Change the game plan for sure. One guy is southpaw, other guy is orthodox. Change some things, but in the end of the day, it's the same shit. It's go inside to the cage and prove to myself what I can do, and that's it, man.
Thank you.
Santiago right here. Obviously, as a commentator, you get a good seat for a lot of the big fights. Next year is supposed to be very big for the UFC. Return of John Jones, maybe against Ngannou, rematch Pereira, Adesanya, Usman, Edwards. As a commentator, which fight are you most looking forward to talking about?
What is the fight that I most like to fight, to watch?
And to commentate.
To commentate? Yeah. No, there are a lot of fights, man. I love this game, and this all the time, a lot of good fights, you know, and a lot of surprise sent to the Leon Edward with Usman, and always, I think, you know, I really enjoy broadcasting the fights, and thank God the last time I working a lot, almost every show I'm calling the fights, and I start to study more fights. Before I studied just more my division. Now I'm studying all fights, you know, and that's good, you know. We learn more about the sport. We watching the other point, the fights, and I'm enjoying, man. I enjoy a lot of fights.
Argentina makes the final. Who do you want to see them play, France or Portugal?
Man, I like Portugal. I beat these guys. That's going to be fun.
Because of Cristiano?
Yes.
Do you think that would be the biggest soccer game ever if Messi and Ronaldo played in the finals?
No, it doesn't matter. The finals, the better player is single. Soccer team are 11 people there inside to the. It's different. The best ever are Messi for sure. You know, the best soccer player in the history is Lionel Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo for sure is good too. But if supposed to their play and Portugal won this, that doesn't matter. You know, for this when we're talking the best player is the single man, and the single man, in my opinion, are Lionel Messi.
Santiago, gracias por visitarnos un ratito durante este gran evento, el más grande pues, para terminar el año.
Claro, gracias a vos.
Cuéntanos un poquito cómo ha estado el campamento, cambio de oponente, cómo está todo para este sábado para ti.
Nosotros nos preparamos, hacemos todo un trabajo estratégico. Obviamente, cuando tenemos un oponente asignado, es un deporte para la gente que tal vez no lo entiende tanto, un deporte donde lleva mucha estrategia, donde se podría decir que es un juego de ajedrez, y uno hace una preparación para eso. Cuando te cambian un oponente, cambian algunas cosas en cuestión de estrategia, pero cuando hay que poner en la balanza, por lo menos yo lo tengo que mirar, para mí es mucho más importante estar peleando y estar midiéndome contra otro atleta que también está en la misma situación, porque él tampoco sabía que iba a pelear conmigo, entonces el estudio creo que no estuvo de ninguna de las dos partes. Para mí es mucho más importante estar en acción con lo que hay, que son cosas que en el negocio de la pelea pasan, y enfrentar este desafío y mostrar que soy capaz de pasar por encima de estos desafíos también, ¿no? De estos cambios y de lo que se dio en esta pelea.
De acuerdo. Y un desafío que no tienes es lo de dar peso. ¿Qué ventaja es estar en una categoría un poquito más grande? O sea, casi medio, pero no tienes que, o sea, la disciplina, matarte para dar el peso. ¿Se sientes más contento?
Sí, está bueno. La verdad que yo ya me venía cagando de hambre un poquito, venía bajando bien el peso y ahora me lo cambiaron, pero está bien. Ahora sí puedo comer un poco más en la semana de la pelea y estamos bien. Estamos bien con el peso, eso no es una presión.
Porque siempre te ves de buena actitud, o sea, sonríes, todo padre, pero te ves todavía más animado. Y
sí.
Me imagino que es porque no tienes que tener esa rutina.
Sí, obviamente que a pesar de que yo siempre soy bien, como vos dijiste, animado, siempre el corte de peso te va sacando energía, eso es inevitable, ¿no? Es fisiológico, por más buena voluntad que le ponga, cuando le sacas el combustible al cuerpo, el cuerpo lo siente, pero obviamente ahora tengo más combustible, tengo más energía, está buenísimo. Y como te dije, este es un nuevo desafío en un peso pactado, hay pelea que es lo importante, así que ahí vamos.
Claro que sí, man. Y con tu oponente, claro, te va a dar un duelo fuerte, va a estar dura. ¿Te da más ánimo todavía estar ahí enfrente de todos los fans? ¿Vas a estar en T-Mobile en comparación que fuera aquí en el Apex o algo así?
Me encanta que sea una cartelera paga por evento, donde hay un título mundial en juego, estar en la cartelera estelar. La verdad que para mí estar representando a mi gente, una vez más es un orgullo. Trabajé mucho y como te digo, a pesar de los cambios que hubo, se toma el desafío como vino y vamos ahí arriba a dar lo mejor el sábado y a representar a toda la gente que viene creciendo en mí.
De acuerdo. Y finalmente para mí, hablaste un poquito sobre ello en el tema en inglés. Por favor, tu opinión con todo esto de Argentina y de Canelo y de Messi, la cosa.
Mirá, creo que Canelo se equivocó en criticar a Messi por una acción separada. De hecho, cuando vos ves el video no hay nada. Si vos me decís que la agarró y la prendió fuego, está bien, no voy a decir nada, no importa que sea Lionel Messi. O sea, si tuvo una actitud de respetuosa me va a callar la boca. Pero lo primero que yo hice cuando vi el Twitter, porque yo lo sigo a Canelo, ir a ver el video. Cuando vi el video no vi nada, al contrario, él corre la camiseta para no pisarla con el botín, entonces eso como que me enojó. No sé si lo hizo para poder generar medios, si lo hizo para, no sé, para simpatizar más con los mexicanos o si lo hizo también porque estaba dolido por el partido, tal vez una reacción. No sé cuál fue el motivo, pero sí en el momento reaccioné porque lo que digo, cuando vos criticás a una persona en un medio público, más cuando es alguien que tiene tanto poder, vos tenés que evaluar. O sea, no por una acción separada le vas a criticar a una persona que tiene una carrera intachable. Messi es una persona muy respetuosa. Entonces, creo que en ese punto él se equivocó y por eso salía a decirlo. Tal vez si hubiera sido un jugador más controversial, un jugador que yo sé que puede haber hecho algo, tal vez no, pero de la manera que lo hizo y con Messi creo que ahí se equivocó y nada, lo marqué. Yo creo que mi reacción fue la misma de todos los argentinos, de salir a defenderlo a Leo. Yo aparte lo conozco y sé cómo es. Y nada, bueno, después se disculpó, aceptaba las disculpas y se terminó la historia.
Qué bueno, pues que vive el fútbol, vive el UFC y buena suerte el sábado.
Gracias. ¿Y el viernes? Gracias. Thank you, guys.
Man, it's a heavyweight division. Just in fighting in general, you really can't, dwell on those losses. You have to take every fight as they come, and that's pretty much what I've been doing, just trying to do, especially with this fight. So whatever happens, happens. I'm definitely looking to win, obviously. I'm not trying to fly out somewhere and get my ass kicked, so definitely looking to fuck somebody up. So.
Is it easy to do that, Matsu? I mean, I know you've been in more stressful situations in a cage fight. So, I mean, is it easy to move past it, or is it hard to, not dwell on it?
No, I mean, after you lose, the first month and a half, I want to kill myself because it fucking sucks. Everyone's telling me how bad I suck, and everyone's just shitting on you because that's what people do. You're only as good as your last fight, and my last 2 fights have sucked. So, yeah, I mean, you just have to get through that. I mean, it sucks, but yeah, it's just you have to get through that, and that's what I've been working on that since my last one, and I'm here to change that.
Obviously, we were supposed to see you a couple months ago. There was a change in schedule. I guess what happened with the change in schedule? I don't think I saw what.
From the best of my knowledge and my team's knowledge, it was on his end. They asked for a different date, so I'm not one to shy away. I told the UFC that if they could find me a fight, instead of that one on the same day, I would do it. If I had to wait a month, I would do that. But the UFC seemed that they really wanted to make us 2 fights, so they pushed it to Saturday.
Is it a matchup that you like? I mean, were you oh, good, we get to keep it, or did it matter to you?
Doesn't matter. I honestly don't care who I fight. I could have a change in opponent for Saturday, and it's just another day. Doesn't matter to me.
What do you think about him as a fighter? I mean, obviously he's got a lot of power, but everybody does at heavyweight, right? So
Absolutely.
I guess, what do you think about him as far as danger-wise? How you guys match up?
He's definitely super skilled. He's definitely dangerous in a lot of positions, but we've been working this camp to take away and limit that danger. I mean, that's really what I'm not going in there and banging it out with this dude. It's just that would be dumb on my part. If that happens, I failed at my job, and I should probably look for a new career. But saying that, I really do like this, but I like this matchup, but I just have to be smart about everything, as with all fights, especially heavyweights.
last thing for me, I guess, the importance of this. I mean, are you putting extra emphasis on like this means a lot to me, or
No.
is this just another fight?
This is another fight. Obviously, every fight means, you know, the world to you at the time. Everyone knows we're not employees by the great UFC, where they can cut us at any time, they can terminate a contract at every time. And I treat every fight like it's my first.
Do you take time to say, anything to them, or you just like ignore it?
No, I want to respond, but I know that that's what people want. They want you to get to respond. So I try my best to not respond at all. I mean, it's going to ruin my day. And like my wife will be like, were you reading comments again? And I'm like, yeah, I was reading comments again. So yeah, I mean, but no, as far as actually physically replying to people, no. Unless they say some atrocious shit, I'm not replying to anything.
There's in the front right here. Going off of that, Jared Gordon was here, and he said that he feels Americans tear down their athletes, while when you have guys like Habib and Charles Oliveira, and these guys, they have a whole country behind them, even when they lose. But for Americans, they just want to tear their athletes down. I'm curious if you agree with that statement as an American athlete.
Definitely. That I feel that there's a bigger support for athletes who are not American, no matter what. It seems like the whole country rallies behind those athletes. A reasoning behind that, I couldn't tell you. I mean, maybe it's just the way that American sports fans are in general. Maybe we're super like cliquey, like take the NFL. Like if I'm from, Philadelphia, I only care about the Eagles. Everybody else sucks. Dallas sucks. Really don't care about anybody else. Giants really sucks. Yeah, I get the fuck out of here. Anyway, but yeah, I think that we take that as like putting that kind of mindset towards fighting. So, yeah.
Chris.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, man. So, first of all, are you happy that you're not in a main event? You finally.
Yeah. I can finally like not worry about a 5-round fight. Like training for a 5-round fight sucked. I don't know if people have done it, but that shit fucking sucks. Like, don't do it.
What's the mind state like when, you quit your job as a police officer? You get a salary, you're very comfortable.
Yeah.
And then you lose two fights. Like, what's the mindset like?
Like, dude, you totally fucked up. Like, you probably should have stayed a cop. But no, I mean, this is what I wanted. This is really, what I've been striving for. It's what I want. I would rather do this, get my ass kicked, and question whether or not I have a job than to go back to the police department. I mean, I love the police department. I don't love the police department. I love the people I worked with. The whole bureaucracy and all that, that's a whole different story. But no, I really enjoyed the people that I worked with. But this is much better. I get to spend time with my family. I get to spend time with my kids. Like, this is living the dream for me. I get paid to get into fist fights. And yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world.
And finally for me, there's this fascination. Can you make 205 or no fucking way?
No, I talked to my brother. I can make 205. But yeah, I've been speaking with nutritionists. I've been using, my brother uses John Poppy, who's out here in Vegas. He told me, obviously it's going to have to be a lifestyle change. Certain things would change. But if you guys remember when I fought in Abu Dhabi, I weighed in at 225. He said, if you come in fight week weighing 225, you can make 205, no problem. So that is an idea that's been floating around in my head, but we'll see where things go. I mean, is it always good to change weight classes? No. You have to take into account that the 205 guys are probably a little bit more technical than the heavyweight guys. Probably not hit as hard, certain people. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. But as of right now, I'm staying heavyweight, and I don't have any plans to go to 205. But unless something drastic